Hello, everyone. Let's see. I am going to share this link while we get started. I'm going to post it on Facebook and Twitter, even though Facebook is so dysfunctional. And I am moving out. I'm so happy. So fucking happy. Okay. Come on in, everybody. All right, hold on. I'm still sharing it on Twitter. Welcome anyone who's in here. I'm not even looking at the live stream to see who's here yet. I titled it. Oh, good. It does say October 30th, right? I hope did I just title it wrong? Because I saved my image thumbnail to, even though I have it 30th in the title, I saved the file itself to say 31st, which obviously no one could see, but just making sure I didn't mess it up because I can't see the title right now. Can anyone tell me, is this titled the 30th? All right, hold on. Still posting this on Twitter and Facebook. Please say I did it. I titled it the 30th. I think I did. All right. Hold on. Still trying to get this on Facebook. It's such a pain. Hello to the two people here. Hold on. Still trying to get this out. Good. Okay, I titled it right. I can finally see it. All right, gonna get this. And I'm gonna cut out the first few minutes for when this is encoded and on live stream for later playback. All right, so can you all hear me? First of all, I want to make sure. Can you hear me? Got this on Facebook. Well, should be able to hear me. Let me see if I can watch this real quick on another window. It says 3 watching. Testing. Okay, good. That's fine. All right, so here we go. I am moving out October 30th. I am so happy. I'm so relieved. I have couches to sleep on. I'm still looking for more because, I want to make sure I'm not overstaying my welcome anywhere, and I don't want to be tied down to any one place. I'd be glad to be around different people and see different people's experiences. I'm going to get a gym membership so I can exercise at the gym. All this stuff in here, I got to get out by the 30th. My mom is being a real pain about it. She doesn't know I'm moving, but I told her I got to get my stuff into her house. So, oh no, can't do it. No, of course it's perfectly possible because all my stuff used to be there. And she's willing to house my brother there. So it just, when you tell her anything, I love it. I always make this mistake of telling her something. And then, of course, she blows up about it and acts like it's impossible. And after 6 hours of screaming at me and deliberating, then she understands, oh, it's perfectly possible because there's not a lot of stuff I have here. So my landlord told me she told me at first if I move out the 31st of October that I'm going to have to pay November's rent. I was pissed about that. And she wouldn't refund my deposit. So I thought, okay, I'll stay through November. Even though I told her I want to move out October 31st. I decided that when my roommates were screaming like banshees and playing music loud. By the way, one upstairs is doing it now. What is going on with her? Even she talks loud, like, hello, Angelo. Oh my goodness, it's driving me nuts. How she sings, but like she's getting sick or something. But I wanted to move out the 31st. My landlord said, well, she's going to have to charge next month's rent. I was like, oh, screw it. I'm not going to do that. I'll stay if I have to. Then she found somebody to move in at the end of this month. And then she said the 30th. I'm like, that's fine. At first, I wanted to charge for that last day, but I was like, I'm coming out ahead because when I moved in here, she let me come in a few days early without charging me rent for any of those days. So I came out ahead, no big deal. I am so happy. So for once, I'm not going to be staring at my bank accounts and credit card and think, how am I going to make it to the end of this month? Where do I have to move money around and barely get by? And how much in groceries can I get? I'm not going to be dealing with that. I still don't have. When I looked at it, I put a bigger payment on my credit card. I'm like, damn, it's still going to go back up because of all the bills I have. And then I got to get my car fixed. And I'm barely going to be paying off, and I'm going to have interest on my credit card next month, I'm sure. And I'm going to have to get a laptop at some point if I'm going to edit videos on the computer. But Gaming with Nathan says 000. Okay, well, I don't know what the zeros are for, but 0K. Oh, that's what he's saying. 0K, Angelo. Thanks. So I can't believe it. I'm so glad. But she got someone to move in here October 31st, I guess. I'm like, that's fine with me. I called my friend who offered me a place. I've got other places I'm waiting to hear back from them, but they offered couches. I should have gotten some contact info from one guy, but I know how to get a hold of him. I know where to go meet him. But at least I got one place for now. I'll need more couches because I don't want to overstay my welcome anywhere. I want to make sure, like anywhere I stay, it's not going to be a burden on them. I'm going to be paying $5 a day. I'm not going to be cooking with gas or electricity. I mean, I'll use the electricity of the microwave to make oatmeal and maybe tea, but that's it. I'm not going to be a burden anywhere. I can just sleep there at night. I found study spaces out where you can just go and study. It's bizarre. It's like the world of tomorrow, like rich people's islands for studying. So, and also the library. So I might be doing that and working on my movie scripts. I've got all kinds of notes for this latest one I've been working on. I was dreading working on that again last night after I finished this book on criminology that I'm researching for this movie, because I realized I had to go back, retool the story completely after I got some feedback on it. I thought, okay, I need to do more research, interview people. I interviewed a friend who's been through the criminal justice system, and need to make sure that like the outline is good before I even work on the script. I was dreading it. I was so scared because I'm like, oh, my writing muscles are weak. They already weren't strong, and I haven't done this for a while, but I made myself do it. It was good. I made progress. It's always a bitter struggle. So I'm so happy. So let's see, we got 4 people in here now. It keeps, and I'm only going to be on here for another 30 minutes or so. So this is an exclusive live video. But why do I even tell my mom anything? That's the problem. I should not tell her anything in advance, because she flips out. And sure enough, 3 or 4 hours later, she realizes, oh, it's okay. She doesn't know I'm moving yet. That's the thing. I told her, because she was saying, well, let's do cooking videos next week. I said, well, I'm not going to necessarily be able to do those because I'm not going to have my computer. So I'm not going to be able to edit them. I said we can do them live, but that's it. So she doesn't know exactly what I'm doing. I might film pranking her, saying I'm moving in with her. So that's going to be, if it happens next week. But by Tuesday, I got to be out of this room that I'm in right now. So thank goodness. I do not want to ever pay a landlord again, and neither should you. So I'm going to show how to live like this. Even the guy who's letting me stay with him said, why don't I do that? Because he works a job even though he owns a home. He owns multiple properties, but he still needs to make money. So he's like, maybe I should do what you're doing. And another guy, he was like, hell yeah, you're going to be protesting landlords? You can stay on my couch. So again, I got to follow up with him because I don't have his contact info, but I know where to meet him sometimes. I ran into him a couple times. And one other person as well, but I still need places because, again, I don't know how. I'm telling people, you can kick me out any day you want without notice. Just kick me out. I'll have my laundry full of my clothes. I'll have my backpack with my bathroom items, my container of oatmeal, and a bowl and a spoon. Living real light. and I'll be out of there. I'm not gonna make it a big deal. It's just I can grab my stuff and go. And I'm going to be trying to save up money and working on a lot of videos. So obviously, I'll be doing some from my phone for a while before I can get a laptop. Laptops are very expensive. I know I can get a refurbished one that'll work well, though. So actually, yeah, it won't be too bad. I'm not looking at one of these $1,000, $2,000 video editing laptops. Those are really for if you're editing footage that's very taxing on your CPU and graphics card. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm editing footage from my I can't even remember. Canon G7X Power Shot. Beautiful little camera. So easy to use. I love that I can fit it in my pocket. So I can get a refurbished laptop. It's pretty cheap. And just have external hard drives ready to put the footage on and edit. That way I can be mobile. And then I will be able to edit videos. But for now, oh my goodness, even not having to pay rent, so much I got to pay, and I'll be getting down. But this is how I fantasized about this a little bit here and there. I'm like, nah, how would I do it? And I realized, screw it. I'm gonna figure out how to do it. Whether I need to live in my car or not, I'd almost prefer living in my car, because then I wouldn't have to be paying $5 a day, because that's what I'm going to be paying to whoever I stay with. And plus, I just want to be on my own. I don't want anyone hassling me. I don't want people trying to strike up conversations with me where I'm living. Not that I don't want anyone to talk to me at all, but I'm saying, like, I'm trying to work. I'm not trying to hang out. I'm not just trying to get a free ride. I am trying to get a lot of help, but I'm not trying to just hang out and live like this forever. The next place I live in, I want to own, which is virtually impossible in the DC area. It may as well be impossible because I don't make much money. If you're trying to buy a home around here, you practically have to be a millionaire. Casonas says Dell has a Chromebook on sale for $149, but only 11 inches. Hey, that would work for me as long as it's fast enough and reliable enough. I don't know about Dell. They had a bad reputation when I was growing up for like power supplies that would fail, but that was, wow, like 20 years ago. So I don't know if that's changed since then. And also, I don't know about Chromebook. I don't like buying something Google branded. I've moved away from Google as much as possible, or at least to a significant degree. My browser is, yeah, maybe HP I'd go with. But I can get a refurbished laptop. Micro Center is a really good store, a computer parts store, like better than Best Buy, and it's cheaper, and they have a lot more options. A refurbished one. And also I was saying I don't use Google for like searches unless maybe like image search, because image search, that's better than DuckDuckGo. But I use DuckDuckGo because they protect your privacy better, and it's a very strong search engine. And I use their browser as well on my phone. Yeah, the price, sure, 150 would be great for me. So that would be a really good deal. And I'm still going to make lots of videos. This is the time not to relax. I want to push myself even harder. I want to work even harder for you all. I want to make life difficult for landlords out there who want to get people renting. And when they realize people don't have to pay them because you're paying a landlord's mortgage, you're paying their bills, you don't get to keep anything when you rent. And then when you leave, they get to keep your money. That's an investment. The bank gets to keep your money that they're paying the mortgage to, but you keep nothing. So why do it? The money I've paid here, over $20,000 in rent just in this house, I could have been using on videos. I could have made feature films with that, several, very cheap. I could have paid my actors, paid my crew. I could have upgraded my camera equipment, paid my bills. So that is obscene to me, but you know, things happen when they need to happen, and they couldn't happen any other way. I wish I got to this point a year ago, but I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready. I thought for sure my time, my success would come another way. And I realize now I got to do something to go after that success and get the time that I need. So the timing's just working out. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Eventually, what I'd love to do be like George Lucas. I mentioned on my last live stream. Apparently, he in somewhere in California, there was a proposition or something, or some kind of proposal to build a bunch of public housing, like government assisted or cheap housing for low income people in this beautiful area. And the city or the local people, whatever, voted it down, said, no, we don't want to do that. So George Lucas just bought all the land and built the houses himself and put people in there. That's what I'd love to do. I want to be that eccentric, I don't even want to say billionaire, just rich person who uses what I have to help others and piss off and make lives miserable for people who want to stagnate and who want to get rich at the expense of others' well-being. So this area, I want to bring down the property values. So all you landlords who think, I'm going to get rich off this, I'm going to get rich off selling my house at 3 times what I bought it for, screw you. I'm going to be helping poor people and low-income people, people who work 2 jobs, immigrants, undocumented immigrants. Oh, you can't stand them. They're undocumented. Go to the back of the line. You all hate having to wait an hour for your ride in a Lyft or an Uber, but you want them to wait 10 years in misery while people are threatening them, while they live in poverty, while there's violence that the U.S. either pays for directly and sponsors or fosters there with our drug war. You're like, no, I can't have undocumented immigrants live around me. I will happily support them, and I will happily support low-income people around here. But I want to move out of this area, so I'm going to be staying on couches for a while. I hope I can save up quick. I sort of calculated it. Whoa, shirt's hanging too low for my undershirt. And I won't even really be able to save much, even in 6 months, unless I get extra income somehow. So I'm going to be pushing the videos really hard. Appreciate all your support. I don't care, Casonas. Like, that's the thing. If you're one of the landlords who objects to this, you're part of the problem. I'm not saying you are a landlord, but Casonas says landlords don't really get rich unless they own a lot of properties. They're still living off the fat of the land and living off other people's well-being to make themselves well. So if people think about it, even if you're a good landlord, you're not a good landlord, because if people were able to get affordable housing, good paying jobs, affordable medical care, affordable groceries, take care of their families, cheap transportation, what need would there be to rent from a landlord? You could just buy your own place. So as long as landlords exist, it's a function of those problems. So we need to get rid of all that. We need to make life better for people. So I don't care if you're supposedly a good landlord. You're still part of the system. You should be working against it too. And I decided I'm part of the system. I'm part of the problem because I'm supporting landlords here. I'm living in this area where I'm lucky to get by the way I can. Fortunately, my job pays relatively well. It's not that I'm actually making a lot of money, but my employer is always paid well. So I've been able to get by part-time, but that's it, just getting by. And every time I've had an extra bill, it pushes my credit card at the limit and sometimes over the limit. So I can't keep living like this. I got to pay down those debts. I want to pay off all my bills and my debts. And then I want to save up money, and that's going to be tough. So I got to really work even harder. I can't slow down. I can't relax because, I'm saving money by not paying rent. No, this window of opportunity is open. Now I got to work twice as hard. That's why I'm doing this now instead of I'd like to be writing right now, but I at least want to put up a video today and connect with the viewers. So thank you all for that. By the way, if you're here, like the video. I got 5 likes in here, but there's 10 people. If you like it, I mean, don't feel bad if you don't, but click like on the video. It helps share. Oh, scared someone away. 9 people watching. Click like. Ooh, 7 likes now. Hey, there we go. Thank you. So that makes me happy. So click like on the video because that helps get YouTube to share the video. I only have about another 20 minutes or so in here. Millie Joe 001. I almost said 001 because I'm practicing my Spanish so much. That's another thing I could have been doing. But maybe I can do it with you all here too. 5 bags of popcorn. Thank you. Excellent review. I don't know how to say popcorn in Spanish, but 5 bolsas. That's another thing I'm practicing. Who knows? Maybe I can get some extra work just helping out immigrants here, helping out Spanish-speaking immigrants. I've been going to Hispanic restaurants too lately. It's nice to just overhear Hispanic people talking, get a feel for the ordinary language, because I watch like Univision. I watch Spanish language news, but of course it's like American news. It's very formal, well-pronounced Spanish. Like American news is very formal, well-pronounced English. It's like announcer English. It's not like common, regular usage of the language. You couldn't talk like how I am on the news. You'd need to, have a broadcaster voice and speak very clearly and explain in big, loud syllables exactly what's happening, because not everyone is going to understand exactly what you're saying, and you just got to do it to project yourself from the TV. So that's another thing. Just go, and also Hispanic restaurants, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them have cheap food that's very healthy. So I like that. Invest into Jim Baker buckets. Hey, what do you call that? Right there. So So if a disaster strikes, I'll be ready. I'll be laughing then. So that's my Christmas variety bucket right there that my mom and I reviewed. So it's still mostly full. Right now it's being used as a bookshelf. But that's another thing I got to store at my mom's house. Good recommendation, Millie Joe. 11 people in here. Thanks for joining me. Again, I am moving out October 30th. I am so thrilled. I'm so happy to be out of here. My mom's going to make it a pain a little bit. I shouldn't have even told her I got to move out my computer. I don't know. That was my fault. That's on me. I don't even blame her. She was yelling at me on the phone. I just hung up on her because she was like, no, I can't have your computer in my house. Please. My computer was in our house for years. I can store everything up. I can, disassemble these lights. It's not going to be a big deal because when I'm living on people's couches, all I'm going to have is a laundry bag full of my clothes, backpack with my bathroom items, a bowl, a spoon, and my oatmeal, peanut butter and raisins, maybe tea as well, green tea. And anything else is bonus. Like if they let me keep fruit, salad, like canned fish, just stuff I can eat raw. Like I'm not going to cook. So I'm still looking for couches to stay on. Hey, you out there, if you can, if you're in the Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland area, because I only have one very solid place to stay right now. So I don't want to overstay my welcome there. I don't think the guy's going to feel that, but like, I don't want to be in any one place for long. So fortunately, it's a good place, good location. The guy's real nice, real generous. I've actually known him for a little while, and I still want other places because I don't want to overstay my welcome. And also, this is my chance to move around. I don't want to be in the same place. I felt like I've been in this lull here at this place I'm in right now for the last 2 years where not much excitement has happened, not much drama, which is how I like it. But now this is a chance to have some more independence and freedom. I can go out and try different things. At the very least, like I've been saying, go to Hispanic restaurants, try eating there, get away from my fucking roommates, drive me nuts, singing like geese, trying to making migration, like calling their friends for like migratory patterns, like ah! Ah! I'm serious. I was like, what the F is my roommate doing? She was making bizarre noises like she was going to sing, but it almost sounded like a bird, like signaling to their family, like, come here, I found some food or something. Bizarre. I'll be so glad to be out of here in 4 days, basically. My mom doesn't know I'm moving yet. She knows I'm moving stuff out of my room, but she thinks I'm just trying to make space or something. So I wouldn't tell her because I want to get it on camera when I tell her, and I may prank her and say I'm moving in with her. So I don't even have much stuff here. I mean, I still have this printer that I even reached out to this place, this community center that I was going to donate it to. They haven't emailed me back. I said I can drop it off there. They haven't even reached out to me. I tweeted to several like nonprofits and the county library and stuff. They're not willing to take it. So I may just drive around. Hey, you know what would be funny? Filming myself driving around with a sign on my car that says free printer for anyone who wants it, because I don't want to leave it out on the curb. So just driving around, say free printer, ask me about this or email me or something, and I'll just give it to someone. Cause I don't know why they wouldn't, like, they're not emailing me back, but maybe they don't check their emails. Maybe the center's not there anymore. I don't know, because I couldn't find a website for them. What I found was another website that lists places where you can donate your computers and computer parts. And so I found it, and I found this one center around here, actually in Annandale. So I figure they need it the most. And I emailed them. I said exactly what the printer was, and didn't hear back from them for a few days. So I got to see who else is willing to take it, because so far, not really anyone's been willing to buy it. I still have my iPad. I got some offers for that, but I want to sell it locally. I don't want to ship it out. And so iPad will be easy enough to carry around. And I may just carry it around with me wherever I go and say, hey, you want to buy an iPad? I got it. Maybe that'll seem like too good to be true and they won't want to buy it. But I'm just so grateful it worked out where my landlord found somebody to move into this room, or I don't know if they're moving into this room. They may be moving into another room in the house, and one of my other roommates may move in here because it is a nice room. I mean, take a look at this. I don't have much. Like, I'm leaving the bed here, which is better than my landlord deserves, but I'm leaving the bed. I'm taking the sheets. That chair is my landlord's. Got the closet here. The closet's my landlord's, but my clothes in there, that's easy. That'll fit in my old room at my mom's house. And there's just a couple things around here, you know, a few little things I can pack up with me. I gotta get Old Spice to refund this because this deodorant stick, I've been so lazy about calling them. Look at this. I kept it here. Look how deformed this is. And there's no, there's no like twisty thing on the bottom here. So that's not good. And just a few things there. That's it. I already got one of those boxes there at my mom's house. All right, so I got to get my $3 or whatever back from Old Spice for that. 12 people in here. Thanks for joining me. Again, my landlord found someone to move into my room on October 31st. So the 30th, I am out of here. Thank goodness. I'm relieved because first of all, I don't want to be around these people anymore. Second of all, I don't want to pay next month's rent. And so my landlord wouldn't let me get away with that if I just moved out. I guess I could try and get away with it if I just moved out next month and didn't pay her. But she wanted next month's rent. So I said, fine, I'll stay. But then she said, hey, she found someone. So if I can move out the end of this month, I will. I said, sure. So I'm so excited for that. I can finally save money. I got to work hard. Like I said, I got to work even harder. I got to meet more people. Actually, the people I found who are offering me couches wasn't directly from this video. One I sent it to, yeah, and they offered me a couch, but it wasn't because they just found this video and responded. I did get lots of people like that around the country, but the people I found, like this guy who's offering me a couch now, I already knew him for a while. Well, we were friendly. I talked to him a lot, and I told him my plan about this, but the video got me motivated to talk to people. Another guy I met, he hasn't seen my videos, but I met him. I told him about this plan. He's like, yeah, I'll give you a couch to sleep on. And then the other person I messaged online, and they said, okay, they'll give me a couch to sleep on. So now I know, like, that's kind of, that tells me I got to meet people. So I'm going to try and go to more film events. I'm going to try to go to one Sunday if I even wake up in time for it. It's at like 2 in the afternoon. Today I woke up at 2 in the afternoon. Well, I woke up several times, then fell back asleep and woke up at 2. So I want to, and unfortunately, it's hard for me to go to much of anything film-wise on Saturdays, Fridays, Sundays, because I'm working nights. So that's something that's got to change too. But I know there's people out there willing to help me, willing to collaborate, work with me. And I don't want to just keep wasting away my time, just kind of getting by, being in my room. I got to push myself even harder to write my screenplays. Elias says McNeil's olive oil. Yeah, from Angelo's mom's cooking tips. No, that was a freebie. That was just product placement. But I'm going to make a lot of videos, and I'll be able to get a laptop probably fairly soon to edit videos. But I made the mistake of telling my mom I got to move my computer into her place, so we can't necessarily do cooking videos this week. And she was yelling like, what? You can't do that. I don't have room. Hung up, turned my phone off. Because that's how it goes all my life with her. Anything, when I would ask to go to a friend's house when I was a kid, first 30 minutes is screaming about how I can't go, then she'd let me go. So that was my mistake. That's totally my fault. I do not blame her. Now, what did I expect? I brought that on myself. So that was totally my mistake. And I know I learn this fairly often every few weeks or months, but I shouldn't tell her anything. And she'll be fine with it. I'm going to be able to fit the computer in her room. It doesn't take a lot of space. I'll be able to compact everything and put it in a box, basically, just a storage box. But yeah, she's screaming like, no, it can't be done. But she doesn't know I'm moving yet. So I think I'm going to prank her and tell her I'm moving in with her when I move my stuff out. So my stuff all used to be there in anyways. So what's she complaining about? No, it's not calm outside, but yeah, that's when you see on video. But I'm gonna put a bunch of my stuff with her house, and that's it. So I got a few minutes left on here. Thank you all for watching. I don't know if you have questions. Oh, I'm so glad. What a relief. Hate my roommates. I hate landlords. I hate paying them. And I think everyone should join me. Don't pay rent if you don't have to. When you're young, any young people watching, figure out a plan now to avoid paying landlords. Don't think it's the be-all end-all to live with your friends in an apartment or rent a townhouse or something like, oh, that's going to be so cool. I'll live with my friends. Your friends can screw you over. They can quickly stop being your friends when you live together. And your landlord can screw you over quickly. Don't think, oh, I'll live with my boyfriend or girlfriend and it's going to be so cool. Man, the stories that are out there of people, boyfriends and girlfriends, screwing each other over on leases, on moving out, on bringing in new partners. I mean, if you're going to move in together, just do it when you have some clarity with yourself and your relationship. Have a plan. So many people do it, and it's clear, like, why do you even date this person? They're horrible to you. And being in a bar, I see it with some regularity. I won't say so often, because most people are just decent people, but a lot of people are dealing with trauma and burying trauma, and it comes out in every other way in your life. And keep predators, and not just overt predators, but people who are attuned to people who are traumatized, seek that out. And so I'm not saying they don't deserve blame. Absolutely they deserve blame, but I'm saying those people really need to hear this. Get clarity within yourself before you victimize others and victimize yourself. Anyways, point is, don't think just living, and when you grow up, that you should aspire to just rent an apartment and live in a nice area and pay out the ass in deposit and rent and utilities and whatever, homeowners association fees, renters insurance, all that stuff. Don't assume that. The way to make money is to own a place, and that's near impossible in so many places. But have a plan now. Figure out how you're going to live with your parents for a while. Screw other landlords. Live with your parents for a couple years if you have to. I should have been saving money when I was living with my parents. I wasn't really, so I wasn't really, thinking carefully about my finances. Yeah, Elias, I got to go soon. I got to go to work. Oh, my hands have been sore lately. I don't know what it is, the changing temperature, also being on my phone too much, like tapping, the phone. So I've been off it somewhat the last few days, but that's another thing I got to get a handle on. So don't assume you have to pay landlords. Have a plan. Get ready to buy a place, a cheap place. The next place I live in, I want to own. I don't care if it's a prefabricated home that's, one of those like ones they just pop up on a field somewhere that doesn't have electricity running to it or whatever. I want to own the next place I live in. I do not want to pay a landlord. Why would I pay them? Why would I enrich them? I don't get to keep anything when I leave. If I own a place, then I get to make a bunch of money from it when I leave. Although, like I said, I just want to have control over it, really, because I don't want to make money when I sell a place. I want to sell it as a loss to screw everyone around me who wants to keep the place too expensive. And so everybody else can whine. I don't even know if a realtor would accept that. I might not be able to have a realtor. I might say, well, I just got to sell it on my own. I'll sell it real cheap to somebody who deserves it, because everybody else wants to make as much money as possible. But I got enough money where I don't care. It's not necessary. Like I said, George Lucas buying up all that housing for low-income people and paying to subsidize it himself for those people to live there. That's what I want to be able to do. And people around here, they can do it if they want. Obviously, most people don't have the billions that he has, but there's plenty of people. You look at rich politicians, hell, they could personally do that if they wanted to. What are politicians doing who make millions and millions, and even after they retire, in endorsements and speeches, stuff, what are they doing not doing this? Jimmy Carter is an example of, by the way, somebody who helps do this, even though it's an example of how a bad president, because really all the presidents have done heinous things, committed all kinds of engaged in all kinds of wars and all kinds of atrocities. But after he's been a president, he's been a decent human being. And I want to do that as an example. Use money I make from filmmaking and from whatever else that I leverage from my filmmaking into helping others, because it's obscene. There's no reason rental prices and home prices have to be so high around the DC area. It's pathetic. And I want to screw with the people who want to keep other people miserable and keep other people from being able to afford decent, affordable housing. So we need all kinds of changes. Plus, hey, we're facing an environmental disaster. You've seen those reports that in 10 years, basically, we have to change everything, eliminate carbon emissions, basically, and switch to renewable energies. So it doesn't look like we're on the path to doing that, and that's going to be a real disaster for huge amounts of people around the world who won't have the money to fight, to escape rising sea levels and droughts and lack of crops, famines, diseases. It's going to be horrifying. Elias, I work as a bouncer in a bar, so it's a nice job. It's pleasant. I don't want to be doing it forever, but just hang out, relax for the most part, watch people drink, make sure people don't do anything illegal or fight, check IDs. That's basically it. And I will be going in a few minutes. What else do I have on my mind? I want to see if anyone commented on Facebook or Twitter on this live stream that I just posted. No, who cares? Maybe they did. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, got distracted. Yeah, my hands are hurting a little bit. So I don't know what I've been stretching, trying to stretch like this, stretch my wrists, but I know I'm probably on the phone too much. So that's a good excuse for me to get off it and stop checking YouTube so much. My email. Ha, Roxbury. Yeah, that's funny. No, fortunately it's not, and fortunately it's not a bar where it's like a lot of fights happen or anything. That would suck. Or we need like a ton of staff. There are people who work with police in bars and clubs where it can be that dangerous. So thank goodness I'm not at a place like that. I do get in fights once in a while, so that's annoying. But otherwise, even that most of the time can be prevented with just words, just talking to someone, looking them straight in the eye, respecting them, telling exactly what the situation is. It was funny, by the way. Last night, this guy looked like such a dope, and I've seen him before. Goofy looking white guy comes in, stumbling in, opens the door. He's like this, like what, like bouncing back and forth. He comes in. I look at him. He's like, "Am I good to come in?" I said, "Nah, you got to sober up," because I said, "We're not going to serve you." And he's like, "Okay." He just walked outside. That's good. When a person comes in, they know they can't come in. So sometimes that's where the most arguments often happen, is at the door. If I won't let someone in, or if they don't have ID, and we won't let in people if we can tell they're intoxicated. You're not allowed to, and it's our policy not to. We can't overserve people, so we got to be strict about compliance with serving alcohol and everything. If I can see someone seems intoxicated, they're liable to behave badly, to throw up, to get sick, fight. Somebody threw up outside last night. That was funny. This lady threw up on the bench, and so I got a big bucket of water. Whenever that happens outside, I get a big bucket of hot water and I dump it out on the sidewalk. I had to dump out 3 buckets of water to clean that up. Now, Elias asked, bouncers typically need to be 6'5" and over and 300 plus pounds, though. No, that's not true at all. A lot of bouncers can be skinny guys, small guys, men, women, because most of the job is just talking to people, just respecting them. You don't want a big bouncer who's going to be scared of talking to someone with respect, or scared of confrontation, or who's distracted, trying to talk to women or men at the job, trying to hang out. You don't want that. Most of the time, you can just deal with someone directly by talking to them, because most people aren't going to want to create fights and pain for themselves. Some people do. Now, again, some places are like that, where you do need to be big. Some places I know I couldn't get work unless I gained a bunch of weight and muscle. And I am excited to get a gym membership now, because now I can actually afford it, and because I won't have my weights in. And also, it's just I need a better environment to exercise in. But I'll have a gym membership since I can finally afford it, and in case I need a place to shower. And also, if I'm traveling, I want to be able to shower wherever I go and not have to check into a hotel if I don't need to. So eventually, I want to be couch surfing across the country and make my way over to the West Coast to work with filmmakers I know there and entertainers. And hopefully by then I'll have some money saved up. I hope it's within a year, because I'm looking at it like I did the calculation. I'm like, at the rate I'm making money at my job now, and a little extra money I got coming in, it's still gonna be very slow going to save money and pay down my credit cards. Very slow going. A lot better than now, because now I'm not saving anything. I'm basically going up to my credit card limit and emptying out my bank account every month. But I will finally be able to start paying down my credit cards, start paying down my what was I going to say? Start saving money, excuse me, and avoiding paying rent so I can get a gym membership now, but it's still going to be slow going. So I'm going to push the videos really hard because that's where the other opportunity is. Not just from videos directly, but who knows how I may end up working with people, making videos with other people maybe. I don't normally like doing videography, but if I got a good job, like a good gig doing it, like a contract, I might do it. So we'll see. Or some other kind of deal or endorsement or whatever. Thanks, Elias. Said you seem respectful. You should lecture them about rent so they gain a lesson out of it. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. So this is for the world to see. I got to get going, really. I don't want to delay this and end up being late for work. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Thanks for all your support. I have couches to sleep on. I still need more because I don't want to wear out my welcome anywhere. I might be doing this for a while, for a few months, a few years. I don't want to live in a place again unless I own it. I will not rent a place. I want to own it. If I end up being desperate and wanting to rent again, well, then I'll go back on that. But for the time being, I don't want to rent anywhere. So I still need couches to sleep on. I'll pay $5 a night. I'll just have a laundry bag with my clothes and a backpack with my bathroom items. My mom's been yelling at me, going, "What are you doing? I can't have the computer in my house. I can't store it." So yes, she can. So I made the mistake of telling her anything. I hung up on her, shut off my phone. And next week I'll get all my stuff in her house probably. So watch the videos for how that goes. And thanks again for watching, everybody. How do I stop this stream? End stream. All right. Appreciate it.